Michigan State had a pretty tough schedule in 2024. In the Big Ten, they had to play Ohio State and Oregon. Let's break down this 2025 schedule, and here it is. First, we'll look at the non-conference. They're going to play Western Michigan, Boston College, and Youngstown State, so not too tough of a non-conference schedule. Boston College figures to probably not be great this year. We'll see. That should be a pretty good game there. But yeah, Western Michigan, Youngstown State. You would expect Michigan State to roll in those two games. Then we'll look at who they play at home, who they play away. And so they're actually only going to have 6 true home games. I put Maryland down there as a home game just because it's in Detroit. It's basically a home game for Michigan State, but it's not on their home field. So keep that in mind. They have UCLA, Michigan, and Penn State in the Big Ten, all at home. And then again, that neutral site game against Maryland. On the road, they'll have to go out west to play USC. They'll play Nebraska, Indiana, Minnesota, and Iowa. So that'll be their road schedule in the Big Ten. So what changed from last year? Well, you look at who they lost: Illinois, Ohio State, Oregon, Purdue, and Rutgers. Who did they add? Minnesota, Nebraska, Penn State, UCLA, and USC. So a pretty good trade here, honestly. Getting rid of Ohio State and Oregon. They do add Penn State, but still, Illinois should be pretty good this year again. You don't have to play them. I like this schedule better than last year. The only thing I don't like is they don't get to play Purdue. So Purdue's, of course, the team that was at the bottom of the Big Ten last year. You'd love to play them again. Love to play Rutgers again, potentially. But, UCLA, Nebraska, USC, Minnesota, those are going to be good teams, but not great teams. And those are games maybe Michigan State could possibly win. So let's go game by game. They will start with Western Michigan on August 30th to kick off the season. Then it's Boston College September 6th at home, and then Youngstown State September 13th. 3 non-conference games there right out of the gate. Then they will jump into Big Ten play on September 20th. Their first Big Ten game will be on the road at USC. And it's interesting that they get their bye week after traveling to USC. You would love to have that bye week the week before, have a little extra time to prepare to go out west and all that. We saw last year when you travel across these time zones going out west, it made a huge difference. And same thing for the teams from out west traveling to the eastern side of the United States. So that could be a challenge there. The good news is they do play Youngstown State before that, so that's not going to be too tough of a game. But still, the travel could be an issue. But it's kind of strange because they also have to go to Nebraska, but their bye week is in between these 2 road games. So maybe it's not that bad of a spot. You travel out west, you come home, you get an extra week, then you travel out to Nebraska. So back-to-back road games, but a bye week in between there. And then they're at home for UCLA on October 11th. Then they'll go on the road to play Indiana October 18th. Then back home for Michigan, and that's kind of the rest of the way the schedule goes. It's home and away the rest of the way. Michigan at home on October 25th. Then it's on the road to Minnesota November 1st, and they get that next bye week. Big opportunity against Penn State November 15th. Obviously, Penn State's going to be really good. This game, though, is at home. It's coming off of a bye week. Could Michigan State, if they take some strides this year and they get a lot better, could they possibly pull off a big upset here? Is that an upset alert game for Penn State? Possibly. We'll see. But I like, again, that game coming late in the year at home after a bye week. Maybe that's one to look at. Then they go back on the road to play Iowa November 22nd. And then again, that neutral site game on November 29th against Maryland that will be played at Ford Field in Detroit. So basically a home game for Michigan State. I can't remember if they had a game there last year and what the crowd may have been like, but I'm assuming that's going to be pretty much a home game for them there against Maryland. So again, schedule is, you got some tough road games: USC, Nebraska, Indiana, Minnesota, and Iowa. Some big games at home with Michigan and Penn State. That game against Maryland late in the year, maybe that's a game that's to get them to bowl eligibility. That could be a big game. So an interesting schedule here. But again, one of those things that does jump out to me, it's 6 true home games, which is usually not what you get in the Big Ten. So let's look at how this stacks up to the other teams in the Big Ten. If you look at their opponents for this year, for 2025, their records from last year, they were 43-38 in the Big Ten. That's a 53% winning percentage. So this is one of the tougher conference schedules in the Big Ten. The good news is the non-conference is not too bad. So overall, a pretty difficult schedule for Michigan State, but it's not horrible. Again, it's kind of in the middle of the pack, I would say, in the Big Ten.